Senior Moments, sponsored by the Empowering Seniors Group on News Talk KVNU, 102 FM and 610 AM.
Good morning and welcome to the Senior Moment Show. My name is Bruce Lee. I'm usually here with my co-host, Sid Roeder, who is not here today. She's got a conference or something, and so she will be absent. So it's just me. But I do have my good friend and colleague and fellow member of the Empowering Seniors Group, Tracy Ferris, here with me today. Welcome, Tracy.
Good morning.
Good morning. Before we get started today, though, I just want to let everybody out there know that the Senior Moment Show is sponsored by the Empowering Seniors Group, and the Empowering Seniors Group is a group of professionals that have come together to help us to bring this information to the community, help seniors know what resources are out there and available to them, and do it in a way that they're not solicited, that it's educational and hopefully helpful and maybe even a little bit interesting. If you'd like to know more about us, you can check us out on our website, empoweringseniors.info, or you can send us an email at empoweringseniorscv@gmail.com, and the CV stands for Cache Valley, and you can let us know if you like our show, if you want us to do something different, if there's a particular topic that you're interested in. We'd be interested in hearing all those things. And finally, if you'd like to give us a call, you can call my wonderful co-host Sid Roeder at her phone number, which is 435-512-6406, and she would love to talk with you, and we'd love to hear from you and what your thoughts are. Tracy, welcome to the show again.
Thank you.
It's great to have you here. Yeah, so Tracy Ferris is with Blue Water Health Insurance.
Correct.
And she is an agent there, and she does Medicare advising and in sales and all that good stuff. And she's been doing it for how long?
12 years.
12 years. And tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into this profession and what you like about it, maybe some of the challenges.
Yeah, so 12 years in the business is a good amount of time. Yeah, I finally feel like I've crossed the threshold into being an expert. I got into it just kind of happenstance, fell into my lap, if you will. Long story, but yeah, it just kind of evolved into that. That was not ever my intention, but a lot of things changed right at that time. Obamacare came into play. There was just some significant things that were happening, and that just led my path right down to Medicare, and I'm so grateful for that because I do think it's a really confusing time for people, and I love being in a position of helping and making sense out of what can feel like complete and total chaos.
Yeah, and we're actually about to go through complete and total utter chaos, right?
Yes.
Because we have your favorite time of the year.
It is my favorite time of the year.
Which is open enrollment.
Open enrollment, yes.
And tell us what that means and how long that goes and why someone would care about that.
Yeah, so open enrollment technically starts October 15th. We can start to contact our clients October 1st, but we can't actually meet with them or write any applications until the 15th of October. And that goes until December 7th. And that is a very hard deadline. There are no exceptions to that rule. So during that time, a lot of things you can do a lot of things, but what you want to do is evaluate your plan, look at the changes that are happening within your plan for next year, make sure that it still makes sense for you to be on it, and then hopefully you're working with an agent that can, educate you on other plans that are available that might be a better fit for you for next year.
So just to be clear, I think most people understand who's in this window for Medicare, but tell us who uses Medicare? What are the age groups? Who should be paying attention?
So typically Medicare is for people who are 65 years and older. However, the exception to that rule would be if they are on Social Security disability. Then they could potentially be below that 65-year-old threshold, and they would also qualify for Medicare.
Okay. And I know this because you've told me this, and my mom went through this too. I've yet to go through it, but I know that it's coming. Once you're approaching that age, the magical age of 65, right? The one that everybody's just striving to get to.
They're so excited.
So excited. The magical age of 65. What happens to people as they're approaching this age with respect to the information that starts to come at them regarding Medicare?
Yeah. So that is the time when things really can take a turn and start to feel really, really chaotic, because about 6 months before their 65th birthday, they are getting phone calls, all kinds of letters in the mail, flyers, pamphlets, you name it. It's mostly by mail, but there can be phone calls as well, like multiple phone calls a day. So I just educate my clients, like during that time, don't answer phone calls that you don't recognize the phone number, because there's a really good chance it is somebody trying to solicit your business.
And there's really lots of different personalities of companies as they approach people too, right?
Yeah,
not everybody plays nice in the sandbox.
It is true. They're not going to receive phone calls from companies because that is illegal. So that's why they get so many flyers, is just inundated with stuff from companies. What they are going to get is phone calls from individuals like me with this caveat: I do not buy lists and I do not call people. I have a very strong feeling about that. Obviously, I disagree with it. But it is very possible that you will get multiple phone calls, but they will be from agents who put a lot of pressure on you to enroll with them.
You might feel pressure, but it can be confusing too, because look, if I'm receiving a lot of solicitations on the phone, I might feel, I don't know, I feel the pressure of that. I feel like people are out for themselves, and I might not trust an agent because of that, because I think everybody's kind of in the same boat. And I want to we can talk more about this. We're coming up on a break here in a second, but is it a bad idea to use an agent? Should I use an agent? Do I have to use an agent?
I think you absolutely should use an agent. We are trained, we know what we're talking about, and we are educated on every single plan that's available in your area. You don't want to do the legwork on that. So it is really important that you use an agent. It doesn't cost you anymore. I think the whole, if there was a magical thing to say about this, it would be somebody that that you can see face to face, that you can drop in on anytime you want if you've got questions.
Okay, great. Well, we're getting ready to head to our first break here. Before we do that, why don't you tell us your contact information, and we'll do this a couple more times before the end of the show. But grab a pencil and a piece of paper. But Tracy, what's your contact information for people who might want to talk with you? Yeah,
so my phone number is 435-294-2161.
Okay. And where are you located?
My office address is 74 West, 100 North in Logan.
Awesome. Okay, we'll take a quick break and be right back and talk more with Tracy.
Whether you have a small business, large corporation, or sole proprietorship, remember Cook Martin Polson has provided quality accounting services since 1977. At Cook Martin Polson, they believe you've earned it, and they're going to help you keep it. Take a minute right now to call 750-5566. That's 750-5566 to set up your tax appointment, and let Cook Martin Polson show you how to keep the money you have earned.
This is Jared Ripplinger with Cook Martin Polson. You've worked hard for your money. Let us help you keep it.
You have a lot of options when it comes to buying or selling a home. Do you list it online, sell it yourself, or do you have a realtor help? It's a major financial and emotional decision. A realtor is the liaison between buyers and sellers and really helps you navigate complex contracts, deadlines, and disclosures.
Hi, this is Sid Roeder with Achievement Realty.
I work for you to get the best outcome for your situation. Let me earn your trust with a free consultation and a free market analysis. Call me today at 512-6406. Then list it, sell it, and move on.
Did you know 10,000 baby boomers qualify for Medicare every day? Did you know that you'll start to get swamped with mail about Medicare 6 months before your 65th birthday? Did you also know it doesn't cost anything to use an insurance agent to help you navigate through all those offers? Hi, I'm Tracy Ferris with Blue Water Health Insurance. Let me help you understand all the offers you're receiving and find the plan that fits best for your situation. Call me today at 435-890-8155.
This is Brian Erickson for the Sunshine Minute. Each day, our nurses, CNAs, cooks and servers, housekeepers, laundry staff, music, recreation therapy teams, office staff, receptionists, and many more arrive around the clock. These heroes show up ready and willing to serve and protect our residents and clients. We are so grateful to our dedicated team. On behalf of the Board of Sunshine Terrace Foundation and our community, thank you to all of our employees for keeping us safe. We bring more to life together.
Welcome back to the Senior Moment Show. If you're just joining us today, we're speaking with Tracy Ferris. She is an agent at Blue Water Health Insurance, and she specializes in Medicare. Before we went to break, we were talking about Medicare stuff, believe it or not. That seems odd, huh? Not really.
It's so weird.
But we're talking about people aging into the program and what open enrollment is and maybe some of the solicitation that's going on. And really, again, part of the charter of what we're trying to do here with this group is provide education, help people understand how to access services like how to get their Medicare set up, which I think everyone would agree they need to do that. And as you come to that time in your life where you're qualifying for that or you're using Medicare insurance services, it can be confusing and it might be hard to know who to trust. And so we were talking right before the break about why an agent is a good idea. And you were talking about, one of the things I always think, especially when I'm getting solicited, is there must be a lot of money in this for somebody, and there's cost to me because of that, and that's why everybody's calling me. But you said that it doesn't cost more to use an agent.
It doesn't cost more to use an agent. And, the sad part about these phone calls is a lot of times they're people that aren't local. They're, clear across the country in Florida and Alabama and Georgia and, places where you're never going to meet this person. It's just somebody calling out of the blue because they bought a list and your name happened to show up on it. The sad part about it, from what I've heard from other clients, is the pressure that they put on you. They tend to create this feeling of, if you don't sign up right now, you're going to miss your window. You're going to be penalized. They use these words that really make, people that don't know what they're doing feel scared, and it's just wrong on so many levels.
So contrast that for me with what an experience working with you might look like if someone calls up and say, hey, we have some questions about this, or we're wondering if we should sign up, or it's our time, whatever. What does that look like for you? What does a consultation with you look like?
So, I typically like to bring them into my office. I do like to meet them face to face, and then I just spend a lot of time listening. There's so many options out there, but there's only going to be one option that's best for them. So spending a lot of time listening to what their needs are, and really financially, what can they afford? What makes sense to them? Are their doctors in network? What about their prescription medications? What can we do to save them the most money there? There's just so many questions that if they're willing to answer those, that, we can just hold their hand and make sure. And, one of the biggest questions I get asked all the time is, well, what is best for me? And there's just no one answer for that. And I tell people that, so certainly there's no pressure at all. I say, I would love to answer that question for you, but I can't. My job is to present you with the information, and your job is to decide what's best for you, because only you know that.
So this open enrollment time, this is a crazy time for you, right? This is a very, very busy time.
Yes.
Working with a lot of different people. It's going to end, though. December 7th, like you said, that's going to be the end. Once somebody's working with you, I'm guessing, when they actually go to file a claim or something like that, I've never done anything like that with an insurance company where we haven't had questions or not really understood what we're doing. Are you available to help with things like that as they kind of go through the year and they're working with their Medicare provider?
Absolutely. And, a good agent will be available for you. Some of my friends joke that I only work 3 months out of the year and take a vacation the rest of the time. But the reality is those other 9 months are spent doing service work, making sure that if a claim comes up and there's a problem, that we take care of it and get them taken care of. So, we are available all the time.
Do you find there's lots of things that come up that are kind of complex that you can actually bring some expertise to and help people walk through? Or is Medicare in general easy to use? What does that look like?
Probably the biggest thing that I find is denied claims. And probably 9 times out of 10, those denied claims are because something wasn't filed correctly, whether that was by the doctor or the hospital or the insurance company did it wrong. So most often it really is a pretty easy resolution, but you have to, have an agent that's willing to put in that time. And that's kind of the tragedy of it, right? Is if your agent isn't willing to put in that time, they have done you a disservice, but at the end of the day, really the time was not that much. It was just their willingness to be able to do that for you.
Well, and I'm guessing that's not something you get paid for. That's just part of the service you offer as part of being someone's agent. So if someone has a question, they're having a problem filing a claim, or they've had a denial or something like that, and you have expertise in seeing, well, maybe this was filed incorrectly or you're missing this piece of information. It's not like you charge for that, and it's not like you get compensated for that, right?
You're correct. We don't charge for that. That's why we're your agent, is to take care of you in a situation like that. And it doesn't cost you more. So.
Have you seen some complex situations come in we've had to get involved?
A few complex situations that I have had to get involved in. One in particular went on for a few months, and that was, I really appreciated my client. They were super patient, and they understood that, we were working through it as quickly as we could, but it doesn't happen often. And like I said, most of the claims are, if they're denied, there's a pretty simple solution to them. You just need to have an agent that's willing to go to bat for you.
Right, and you're kind of in the middle there, right? Because you've got the insured who's trying to file the claim or has had a procedure or something done that they're probably getting a bill from their doctor, I'm guessing is what's happening. And then you've got the insurance company on the other side that's sending out their denials of claim for whatever reason. There's some problem there, and then there's you. Right?
Correct.
You're not sending the money out, and you're not the person. So you kind of get to the insurance company, you become representing the claimant, and then to the claimant, you're the insurance company.
Well, the fun thing, that is the fun part of my job, right? Because when I call the insurance company, I know what I'm talking about. So I get on the phone with them and I say, hey, this is not right. This is not what they have. This is what the cost should be. I need this fixed. And they obviously have a lot of respect for us as agents, and they're like, yeah, you're right. We're going to get down to the bottom of this and we'll get it figured out.
Okay, well, that's a pretty valuable service, I think. It's nice to have somebody in your corner. All right, before we go to break, for our second break here, let's get your information again.
Yeah, so our phone number is 435-294-2161, and my address is 74 West, 100 North in Logan.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing that. Well, we will head out to our next break here, and we'll be back in just a few seconds.
This is Mark Thurston with White Pine Funeral Services. The best time to plan is when you have time to plan. Having a pre-arranged funeral gives peace of mind for everyone involved. White Pine will customize your final wishes to fit your needs, from a traditional burial to cremation to a custom headstone. White Pine also accepts pre-arranged plans from other mortuaries, and we will absorb any transfer or revocation fees. No penalty to you. Visit whitepinefunerals.com or come and see us for more information.
White Pine Funeral Services, here when you need us most.
Oh, it seems like yesterday I was playing with my kids on the playground.
Seems like yesterday I was building a treehouse in the backyard.
Time goes by too fast, but there is something you can do to ensure you're taken care of down the road. Hi, I'm Tracy Ferris with Blue Water Health Insurance. A long-term care insurance policy is something we all need as we get older. If you wait until you need it, you're too late. Let me help you understand the options and benefits of long-term care insurance. Call me today at 435-890-8155.
Hi, this is Bruce with Comfort Care. One of the ways we help loved ones stay in their home is by assisting with daily tasks. These may include bathing, meal preparation, medication reminders, and housekeeping. We even help with shopping, transportation, and errands. Most of all, we offer a trusted level of care. Let us help you live your best life possible with Comfort Care. This is Bruce, and you can call me at 754-7676. Comfort Care, 754-7676.
Reed's Pharmacy in Hiram offers free delivery service 5 days a week, Monday through Friday throughout the valley. Just stay home and they will deliver to you. With 25 different suppliers, they won't have the shortage that others might have. Also, with compounding and many other services, they will be able to serve all your needs. In order to stay safe and help slow the spread, please call Reed's Pharmacy in Hiram at 245-DRUG and they will take care of you.
Welcome back to the Senior Moment Show. My name is Bruce Lee. I'm here with Tracy Ferris, who is with Blue Water Health Insurance. She's an agent specializing in Medicare and very experienced and helpful. And I know her personally and know her to be of good quality and
Thank
character.
You, Bruce.
Yeah. And so we like to have people like that on the show that can help others. We were talking at the break a little bit about drug plans, and I don't know that we've really talked much about that in the show before, and we wanted to hit on that a little bit. What do people need to know about those plans, Tracy?
Yeah, so during open enrollment, that is something that also can be changed and really should be evaluated each year. If a person has a standalone drug plan, most oftentimes they have a supplement. The supplement's going to just stay how it is if they're happy with it, and that's great. No reason to, fix what's not broken. But the drug plan can be changed every single year. There are 4 tiers, if you will, to the drug plan, and no matter what private insurance company offers those, they have to follow the federal government's guidelines. So the first tier is a deductible. The most that it can be for next year is $505. If a person has a tier 1 or a tier 2 medication, which is just your generic medications, they don't have to pay that deductible first. But if they have a 3, 4, or 5, they are going to be hit with that $505 deductible in January or February, whenever they fill that medication for the first time. So really important for people to understand that if they're feeling, something expensive. Xarelto comes to mind. Insulin no longer plays a part in that because there was a law passed that just puts insulins at $35 a month flat fee. Then you move into what's called the initial coverage phase, and that's where you just pay the copay. So if it's a tier 1, and this is kind of dependent on which company offers the drug plan, but a tier 1 can be free. It could be $3, not usually more than $5. A tier 2 is not usually more than $10. Tier 3 is usually around $45, and then 4 and 5 has a copay or a percentage. Rarely do I have anybody on a medication that's a tier 4 or 5. However, Humira would definitely fall in that. It's a very expensive medication.
Holy mackerel.
Yes.
See, this is why. This is why Medicare is confusing. And so this is what I think happens. I think that people get their plan and hope they don't have to use it, which is what we all hope with our insurance. And then when they need to use it, it's like, oh my gosh, what do I do now?
Yeah.
And so listening to that explanation was super beneficial, but I would forget everything. Except that you said tier a couple times, which means there's levels that I don't understand and levels of lack of understanding that I have. I guess this seems to me to be an exact reason why having somebody that you can access would be important, because, what'd you say, Xarelto? If I'm going to have that, I don't know, am I getting a good deal or not a good deal? How do I, what prescription, where should I go? Is this the right, this seems to me, can I come ask a question like that and say, I just got prescribed this? And I mean, do you get to the level of this pharmacy is better than this pharmacy?
Yeah, we absolutely can. And we can do that mid-year too. Maybe your doctor changes your prescription to something and you want to call me up and say, hey, I just got prescribed this. What's it going to cost me if I go, to XYZ pharmacy? And I can give you a really good idea what that will look like.
The last thing I want to bring up, because we're going to run out of time, is let's say I'm not 65, I'm 70 or 75, and I've had my Medicare plan for years, and I don't really have to think about it, and I don't want to think about it because I hate stuff like that. Is there a reason for me to even look at it? I mean, can I realize some savings if I do an evaluation of it, or is it good just to let it go?
Oh, you should absolutely do an evaluation of it. Every single year is my philosophy, because plans change, and there are some really good plans coming out next year that I'm super excited about. And so, if you don't reevaluate it, that's totally fine, but you might miss some really great savings.
Laws changed too.
Laws have changed. Yep. Biden just signed into law. It won't take effect till 2025, but the threshold, like the max out of pocket on the drug plans, the most that a person will pay is $2,000. Right now it's like $7,500. So it's a significant change coming down the pipeline.
So some of those things I might just automatically get because the insurance company's going to just do it for me. Some things I might miss if I'm not paying attention and either not get the benefit that I could or should get, or I'm paying more than I could or should.
Correct.
Fair?
Fair.
Okay. Look, we're almost out of time. I want to, again, get your contact information. So if you're out there listening, you're thinking, gosh, maybe I ought to take a look at this, and I'd like to talk to Tracy because she seems nice. Well, how can they reach you?
My phone number is 435-294-2161.
Okay. And your address again?
74 West, 100 North in Logan.
Okay. And so no obligations when they talk to you. They don't have to sign up with you.
Correct.
You'll spend time with them. And that's whether that's during open enrollment or throughout the year, that's available.
Absolutely.
Okay, great. Well, thanks for listening to us today. This has been the Senior Moment Show. Please tune in next week.